Yes, today we've got some updated stimulus check news for those on a fixed income, particularly seniors. $2,200 for stimulus check. Yes, this information is just for you. And you know what, guys? I forgot to put it down in the link. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go put it in the link just for you. Guys, check this out. We've got some updated information. Discover everything about this $2,200 fourth stimulus check in April of 2024. Learn who's eligible, payment dates, and actually how to apply for this critical financial support. Welcome back to the show. We've got some big news for you guys, those seniors, fixed income beneficiaries. That fourth stimulus check, this information is hot off the press. Guys, fresh off the press, hot off the press, just come out today. The link is down in the description below. Check this out. The news of a $2,200 fourth stimulus check coming in April 2024 has caught the attention of many people, especially older people. This effort is to help people who are struggling because of money problems. How many of you guys would say, yep, that's me. I'm struggling because of money problems. Below in this information is everything important about this stimulus check, this fourth stimulus check. Information just come out today. A fourth stimulus check 2024. The facts, the checks, the no eligibility, payment dates, direct deposit. Yes, we have that information just for you. Many people have gotten the attention of this big stimulus check, especially the older people. And now the effort is to help people who are struggling with money problems. And we're going to explain exactly what is going on. But I do want to leave you with this real fast. The U.S. government, through the Department of the Internal Revenue Service, has said yes. Guys, that is some amazing information. Big major news. Make sure to stick around to the end because you do not want to miss this information. We've got a ton of things to talk about right here, and you are not going to want to miss this updated news. Guys, we've got it in the description below. Go check it out. It's updated information on this $2,200 stimulus check. It's a fourth stimulus check for the month of April. Now, many of you guys have understood that there's been a lot of things happening when it comes to the presidential candidate election. And there's a lot of people that have said good things and bad things. But I want to show you this video because maybe you have had the same questions that I have. So we want to show you this, guys, and kind of see where we're at and get your opinion, okay? So let's do this. Yeah, we might not do that because there's some things going on with that one. But I do want to show you this, guys, right here. And I want you to see exactly what's going on so that way you can kind of see exactly what's happening. Here we go, guys.
Great honor. Joining us now to the House, Mr. Mike Johnson, who's been gracious enough to come on the show. He's got himself a new package. It's a 5-part package helping Israel, helping Ukraine, selling TikTok, closing the border, things like that. Mr. Speaker, I know you're a busy.
Important measure for the House. What we've done is we've taken the Senate supplemental bill and we've improved the process and the policy, and that's a really important thing. What we've done, for example, on the Ukraine piece of this, is we've added the loan instrument concept. We've added the Repo Act, which, as everybody knows, is the seizure of corrupt Russian oligarchs' assets to be used to fund the effort in Ukraine. We introduced a lot of new accountability and oversight that Congress has a responsibility to do, and a strategy shift as well. We're going to require within 45 days the White House to deliver to Congress a meaningful plan. What is the end game here? What's the objective, and how are we going to accomplish this and bring this conflict to an end? And by the way, Larry, on the Ukraine piece, 80% of what we'll spend here goes to America's industrial defense base, and that's a replenishment of our stocks and weapons. And I think that's a really important point. We're also adding sanctions against Russia, Iran, and all of our adversaries, including China. And that's a really important thing as well. So the House will do its will here. We'll have a rigorous amendment process to the underlying legislation. What a concept, Larry. Regular order, where every member gets to vote their own conscience. will begin with border, as you know, because the House Republicans have emphasized from day one, the day that President Biden took office, that the border must be secure. And he engineered its opening. He engineered the catastrophe. We've made that a part of the legislation this week as well, so we can put that flag in the ground one more time.
Well, it seems like it's all there, and congrats, at least in the development. I guess you vote on it when you vote on it. You know, Mr. Speaker, just one quick thought. I'm sure you didn't hear my riff because you were out doing something else. But I am so furious. The Bidens refused to lift a finger to sanction either Iran or China. Iran is selling China a record volume of oil exports. According to surveys, 1.5 million barrels per day. Overall, Iran is producing 3.5 million barrels per day. Donald Trump had bankrupted them back in 2019 and 2020, and the Bidens don't lift a finger. And I know it's not part of the legislation, but you know what? It just occurs to me every now and then. Somebody ought to say to China, you either stop buying this oil and financing this war against Israel and the United States, or we are going to double or even triple the tariffs on your exports to the U.S. That's something Trump would do if he were president. I mean, really put the wood to them, the way the Bidens refused to.
Absolutely. I spent last Friday with President Trump down at Mar-a-Lago, and we talk a lot about that. You know, he speaks of those things all the time. You got to be tough on your adversaries. The problem is, you and I both know, Larry, this president is projecting weakness on the world stage. And that's why all of our nation's enemies are acting so provocatively. For the Israel example, I mean, President Biden and Chuck Schumer have been criticizing Israel and appeasing Iran. The strategy should be exactly the opposite, that we should be helping Israel. And they've been turning their backs on them. And then, of course, this encourages Xi. It encourages China. When they see that we're not going to stand strong and we're not going to put the flag in the ground, so to speak, and hold the line, they're going to act. They're going to move. We're concerned about what China may do in Taiwan. We talk about it all the time. We're certainly concerned about Iran's open aggression now against Israel, our dear friend and ally. And Russia, of course, is still on the march in Ukraine. We have to stand strong. A strong America is good for the entire world. We bring stability and peace. The perception that America is strong is important and has been since World War II, and we cannot let down on that responsibility.
Well, amen to that. So, Mr. Speaker, you know, I keep reading that some of your critics want to replace you because you're not dealing with the border. But my notes tell me that this package has a border component in it. Remain in Mexico, Title 42. It's essentially the core piece of the original H.R. 2. You've also got Steve Miller's election integrity proposal with the voter ID component. And you talked to Trump the other day, last weekend, about the election integrity stuff. So the border is in here. Remain in Mexico, Title 42. I don't understand this whole business. They want to replace you as Speaker. I just wanted you to comment on it because it seems to me like you've got a full-fledged package here.
Well, look, we do. Some of my colleagues want the Speaker of the House to have a magic wand. If we could close the border ourselves, we would have done it a long time ago. We passed H.R. 2 over a year ago. It's sitting on Chuck Schumer's desk. That had all of the components: close the border, change asylum processes and problems, the end catch and release, and reinstate Remain in Mexico. All the things that President Trump had done so effectively, Biden reflexively did the opposite, and that's been the problem. We passed resolutions, Larry. We passed the laws. They sit in Chuck Schumer's on his desk in the Senate because, again, the Democrats run the Senate. The Democrats run the White House, and they want an open border. That voter ID, the idea that you would have to prove that you're a U.S. citizen to vote in a U.S. election, a federal election, is critically important. We're going to move that in the days ahead as well. That's what we were talking about at Mar-a-Lago at the press conference. But the American people demand this. They deserve it. We know the border is a catastrophe. And the reason that we're bringing to the floor this week the End the Border Catastrophe Act is because it's aptly named, and it describes what is on the hearts and minds of every single American. It doesn't matter where you live. I've been in 23 states in the last 7 or 8 weeks, Larry, traveling around the country. It doesn't matter whether I'm out west, upstate New York, deep south, Midwest, it's all the same. Everybody knows this is what we must do. If you don't have a secure border, you don't have sovereignty, you don't have security, you don't even really have a nation. And that's what Joe Biden has put at risk. And that's why we had to impeach Mayorkas.
And it's in your package. I mean, that's the only point I'm going to say. It's part of your legislative proposal.
Guys, what do you think about that? Tell me, guys, what is going on with this open border? Tell me, because a lot of tax, a lot of money is going to that situation. So we really wanted to come on, guys, and give you some updated information on news that come out today. Yes, the fourth stimulus check 2024, known eligibility payment dates. Check this out. Discover everything about the $2,200 fourth stimulus check in April of 2024. Learn who's eligible, payment dates, direct deposit. We set out a poll, guys, asking, what do you feel like would give you guys the most money? Like, how would you rather have it? And you guys are saying, give me a direct deposit. We'll take it every single day. More than a physical check and more than a debit card. Hey, I'm with you guys. Let it hit my bank account and let's do what we got to do. Let's get some bills paid. We have some very, very exciting news, guys. You're not going to want to miss this information. Stick around to the end, because I'm telling you, it's going to be worth your time to know exactly what is going on. So here we go. The news of the 2000, let's clarify, $2,200 fourth stimulus check coming in April of 2024 has caught the attention of many people. Have been on the lookout for this $2,200 stimulus check, especially the older people. This effort is to help people who are struggling because of money problems. Below is everything that you need to know that is important and is going to be explained. So what is this $2,200 stimulus check in 2024? What is this check? All this, like, what's happening? Who's approved it? Check this out, guys, right here. The U.S. government, through the Department of the Internal Revenue Services, has said yes. They have said yes to giving out a one-time amount of $2,200 in April 2024 as part of these fourth stimulus check. Now, for those of you guys that are tuning in, wanting to catch up, you're asking, hey, what's going on? What's this all about? Tell me, John. We want to know exactly what's happening. Here you go. The U.S. government, through the Department of Internal Revenue Services, this is the IRS. Remember, guys, for you just tuning in, look in the description below. You're going to see this link. This information is hot off the press. It literally just come out today. Guys, this is the type of news that many seniors have been waiting for. Yes, as part of the fourth stimulus check, the U.S. government has worked hand in hand through the Department of the IRS and has said yes to giving out these one-time amounts of $2,200 in the month of April. This is the whole point, the whole reasoning behind this one-time payment. Now, let me tell you something. How many of you guys would love this to be monthly for 6 months? How many of you guys could definitely use a check of $2,200 for 6 months consecutively? Trust me, I know it would be life-changing. Many of you guys would pay off bills. You'd catch up on bills. You'd probably put some new tires on your car. You'd probably put in a little savings account for a rainy day. There's a lot of things you could do in 6 months with 6 of these checks. But the U.S. federal government understands the debt that we are dealing with in this country and says, we want to help out with this one-time payment. Yes, they're sending it out. The money is meant to give extra help to, this is who it's for, older people who are having a hard time. So many of you guys know this is exactly what we're talking about right here on True Life Investing, this updated information that literally just come out. So just today, hot off the press, the $2,200 fourth stimulus check for 2024. Discover everything that you need to know about this eligible payment that is coming out in this effort to help people who are struggling because of money problems. This has caught the attention of many U.S. citizens, especially the older people. In April of 2024, a special payment, guys, of the $2,200 known as the fourth stimulus check will be given out. It's about time. How many of you guys would love to see this hit your bank account, right? How many of you guys would love to see this hit your bank account? And we've got that information. Check below down in the link. Guys, it is happening. Check this information out. You're not going to want to miss this. In the link down below, look at it for yourselves. It's fresh, hot off the press. $2,200 for stimulus check, April 2024 payment date. We've got that information right here for you. It's on this description below. In April of 2024, a special payment of $2,200 known as the fourth stimulus check will be given out. This is part of the U.S. government and the Internal Revenue Service effort to provide financial support to help Americans, guys. This payment aims to support those that are affected, seniors, by depositing the money directly into their bank accounts. Several of you guys said, you know what, a physical check is nice, debit card's okay, but if there's any way that we can get this money, let it be a direct deposit. And that's exactly what they're doing. This payment aims to support those seniors by depositing the money directly into their bank account. Yes, all of this information right here, guys. You're not going to want to miss this. For this is where, if you want more details, you really want to know exactly what's going on, you can visit www.irs.gov, and it's going to tell you exactly what is going on. This money is mainly for certain people in the United States. It's going to help those that are struggling, especially our older citizens. Yes, and this is where they're saying it right here, and this is what's the biggest news, okay? The U.S. government, through the Department of Internal Revenue Services, said yes to giving out a one-time payment in the amount of $2,200 in April of 2024 as a part of the fourth stimulus check. The news, check this out, guys. If you're just tuning in, you're not going to want to miss this information. Hang out to the end. We've got some bonus news just for you guys. Check this out. The news of this $2,200 fourth stimulus check coming in April 2024 has caught the attention of many, many American citizens, especially older people. Here's the whole reason behind it. The effort is to help people who are struggling because of these money problems. And who can, guys, you know as well as I know, there's a lot of issues out there. There's a lot of seniors struggling to make ends meet. And we know that a stimulus check of $2,200 is definitely going to help you get a little further down the road. And this is where we want to come in. We want to show you guys what's happening so that way you can see exactly what we're seeing, guys. And we want to show you this news. And yes, so many guys. So check this out. We want to show you this news on exactly what is happening so that way you can see exactly what we're seeing. Guys, check this video out. You're not going to want to miss this information. I'm telling you, it is definitely something you do not want to miss. And we want to show you exactly what is happening. Yes, struggling seniors, guys. And we want to show you this, and so that you can see everything and what's happening, and you can see, okay.
Today's wipeout on Wall Street came after worse than expected inflation data. The 8.3% hike in the consumer price index puts the squeeze on many of us.
Especially on seniors living on fixed incomes. CBS 2's Tony Aiello with more on their struggles and a sign of hope that some relief may be on the way.
These Rockland County seniors say it is a numbers game with inflation, and they feel they are losing.
The seniors on fixed income are really hurting.
Mary Kane gets by mostly on Social Security. Her small food workers union pension hasn't increased since 2004.
It's about enough to pay your utility bill. That's about it.
Like many of her friends at the Clarkstown Pearl River Senior Activity Center, inflation's impact is most felt at the grocery store.
You can't afford to buy what you're supposed to buy. You know, you cut back on fruit, you cut back on vegetables, cut back on meat because meat's really excessive.
Across from the social hall, the Meals on Wheels Prep Kitchen. Guess what's driving demand for nutritious meal delivery?
Absolutely, inflation has played a role in seniors needing the meals. Being able to buy that healthy food and then the ability to cook that healthy food is very, very difficult.
So, yeah, all around it's like they're feeling the pinch.
Jeanette Suarez is working with an increasing number of inflation-stressed seniors in search of assistance.
They're relying on family if they have to. They don't want to bother their adult children. And so they're trying to find out what they qualify for.
There may be some help on the horizon. A leading advisor to Social Security is recommending an 8.7% cost of living adjustment for next year, the biggest increase.
Guys, let me tell you something. So many people have been struggling. She said that her Social Security check can only pay her utilities bills. Guys, what is that? That's why so many people are saying, hey, we need this stimulus check. That's why the news of this stimulus check is what is drawing so many American people, that the news is coming in April 2024 has caught the attention of many people, especially the older citizens, helping them with the struggling because of money problems. For those of you guys just tuning in, let me tell you exactly what's going on. Make sure to stick around to the end because we've got some bonus information and news for you guys. Guys, check this out. The U.S. government, through the Department of Internal Revenue Services, has said yes to giving out a one-time amount of $2,200 in April of 2024 as part of a fourth stimulus check. This money is meant to give extra help to older people who are having a harder time. Yes, giving this help to people that are dealing with such difficulties, guys. This is something that so many people understand, that, you know what, enough is enough. Seniors are struggling. They need help. You guys need a way to be able to get some money, guys. And it's not fair that you have to deal with this crazy inflation. This is why they're updating, saying, you know what, guys, this is why we need to give out these stimulus checks, so that way you understand exactly what is going on. Guys, I wanted to show you this news, guys, and this is why so many seniors are literally depending on this check, because they understand people need help. People need to know that, yes, we've got help coming on the way. Guys, check this video.
Every week.
Rosita Klein now searches several grocery stores for the cheapest options, an inflation adjustment, as her husband battles Parkinson's, making these price hikes far more full.
We are using our savings.
Are you nervous about the future?
Yes, of course.
Inflation in America surged in June, with some of the steepest price hikes from June of last year in places like Baltimore, Miami, Atlanta, Phoenix, and Alaska. The biggest drivers, gasoline up 60% in a year, and groceries up 12%, plus the largest monthly rise in rent since 1986. All of those price hikes are straining Karen Martin, a 911 operator near Tampa, Florida, and a single mom, raising two sons while making less than $20 an hour.
I'm not making ends meet. I'm not making it. I'm spending my savings. I get paid tomorrow, and already my whole paycheck is spoken for. And it's the first time in my life I've had to apply for food stamps because I don't know how we're going to continue eating groceries.
Consumer sentiment hit a record low last month, as new polling shows 42% of Americans are struggling to remain where they are financially, nearly double from a year ago. And 85% think the economy is getting worse.
Especially after COVID, nobody has money for anything, and now everything goes up higher and higher.
It's forcing families to make brutal decisions.
It's like, what do you want to eat or you want to drive?
Some foregoing bills or medications, many others turning to assistance programs like food banks.
We have seen skyrocketing numbers of people needing food. And unfortunately, we're not getting the same level in donations that we used to.
I try not to let it get to me. I just go day by day.
On top of brutal price hikes, Bonita Wesley expects to face a sizable rent hike in the months ahead. Would you be able to afford to stay?
No. Oh, no. No, indeed. Not at all. I probably would have to move in with my kids or whatever. But no, not by myself, no.
Guys, and this literally, this is what people are dealing with on a daily basis. This is why these stimulus checks are so important to the American people. For those of you guys just tuning in, let me catch you up to speed on exactly what is going on. There is a fresh, hot off the press information on these $2,200 for stimulus checks. Yes, they are coming out. Discover everything about these checks and what's coming in April. The news of this $2,200 for stimulus check coming in April has caught so many people's attention, especially the senior citizens, the older people. And this whole effort is to help people who have been struggling with gas, utilities, food, cost of living hikes, rent, mortgage, healthcare costs. And this information provided is telling you what the U.S. government is finally doing. So the U.S. government, through the Department of the Internal Revenue Services, has said yes to giving out these one-time payments of these $2,200 payment in April of 2024 as part of the fourth stimulus check. They said yes, they approved it. They said, you know what? It's time to help these older citizens out. The money especially is going to help financially to older people who are having a very hard time. It's a financial assistance program. Those that are receiving these, this is the bonus news I was telling you for, guys. So those that are receiving these checks will be seniors receiving benefits from SSDI, SSI, and veterans programs. The name of the department that is providing this is the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. So in April of 2024, a special payment of this $2,200 check, known as the fourth stimulus check, will be given out. This is part of the U.S. government and Internal Revenue Service's effort to provide financial help to Americans hit the hardest by what's been happening due to the rising costs and inflation. This payment aims to support those seniors by depositing the money directly into their bank accounts. This is a direct deposit check that's going straight into your bank account. And according to 157 votes, 83% of you guys said, yes, we know that we could do a physical check, a debit card, but nothing would be better than a direct deposit to our bank account. This information, guys, is in the description below. Go check it out. Yes, all information is there. Fresh, hot off the press news just for you guys, those seniors that really have been struggling day to day with keeping up with daily expenses. The lady said it very well. Do you want to eat or do you want to drive? And so it's having to make those very difficult decisions saying, well, I've got mortgage, I've got rent, I've got health care, I've got bills to pay, utilities. I've got so much bills to cover, and what am I going to do? This is why these stimulus checks are so very, very much important. Now, with you guys understanding the way that our country is, how many of you guys know that this is something that Joe Biden could very well present to the senior citizens of the United States by saying, hey, we've got to get your vote, and what we'll do is we'll promise you these $2,000 stimulus checks. But several of you guys already know that, yes, it is another empty promise. Now, many of you guys are asking, Samuel, Naomi, Michael, Sky Eagle, Theresa, Lacey. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're doing some big, huge prizes. So right now, they haven't given us an exact payment date. But what they are saying is that in the month of April, the U.S. federal government has said yes to this one-time payment of $2,200 stimulus check. Yes, this $2,200 stimulus check for the month of April 2024. Yes, you guys know that once it gets approved, once they get it finalized, they can send it out, start sending checks out this month. Yes, once they give us that date, we'll keep you updated on everything that is going on. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Your love and support mean the world. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Stay tuned because we've got more videos on the way. And guys, we love you. We appreciate you. God bless you. We'll see you in the next one.